but there is a lot of black men that don't want to be with black women and they don't find black women attractive. And I think that, again, goes back to what we said in regards to what you have been exposed to growing up in the UK or growing up in America.
How do you know that?
How do I know that? Because it's something that I have grown up around that. I'm born in the UK, grown up in the UK. So it's something that I've seen.
I'm just going to say this, yeah? I'm not disregarding your experience, but I'm saying just because you was born in the UK does not mean you know the opinions of every black man in the UK.
Definitely not. Definitely not. But
you don't know the opinions of the majority of black men in the UK. You only know your experience, blood.
Good morning, folks. Over the weekend, I was watching another one of King Rich's fantastic videos called Most Black Men Do Not Want Us. He was having a debate with a woman from the Midlands, Birmingham, I believe she came from. Anyway, I was kind of torn with this one because I saw things from both sides of the fence. Because we had a situation where you have someone's lived experience versus statistics and data. And as long as the statistics and data come from a credible source, I would never argue with the statistics and data because that's stupid. Statistics and data is what it is. So the statistics and data said the opposite of what this woman was claiming. But at the same time, I respect her lived experience. And this is why I'm kind of torn. And I did leave a comment, but even now, making this video now, I feel slightly awkward because I'm aware there's a perception that unless you're not saying something positive about the black community, it could be misconstrued as a bash. Now, just to cover my own ass, I'm no Donovan Sharp and I'm no Tommy Sotomayor. Now, the reason I mentioned these two guys' names, as much as I enjoy their material and I find it very entertaining, where we part company is just making insults for the sake of entertainment or just giving insults with no constructive criticism. That I don't really agree with that. Sorry, if I keep looking down, the reason why I keep looking at is I'm trying to catch my thoughts because I've got a lot to say and I've got a limited time to say it. So please excuse me for keep looking down. It's just helped me sort of focus. I'll try not to do it. Anyway, so, right, now where was I? Yeah, so just as a disclaimer, right? One, I am aware of the shit a lot of black women already go through. So I don't want to be that man who adds more shit on top of the big pile of shit that they already have to deal with in this world, right? So that's that. So when I give a feedback, I give the feedback with the view that if there's a woman who's unaware of her actions, the hope is that she would say, oh, I didn't realize I was doing that. I didn't realize this is the impression I was given. So therefore, now I'm aware of what I could be, what damage I could be contributing. I shall now make a point of being mindful not to contribute to a situation. So that's the only reason. If I give a feedback that appears negative, that's the motivation behind it. Okay, so you know, I hope that I'll make that clear and I hope that's understood. Anyway, so
attention, new jobs.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to come back because I need what this job is. I work as a courier. That's so. This is why I said I had a limited time. So I will be back with you guys in a second. Sorry about that. Sorry about that horrible introduction. I'll try and be as quick as I can because I'm on the road and I'm on the move, so I'm trying to squeeze this in between jobs. Right. So, lived experience versus statistics and data. So, King Richez has statistics and data on his side. The statistic says there are more black men with black women than there are that are not. So that's the statistics and data. I'm not going to argue with that. The woman's lived experience, for what you've seen, is there's a lot of black guys who either, one, not interested in black women, or two, with non-black women. Now, I'm not going to go into the reasons, because I've got videos why black men date outside the race. There's four reasons I could think of amongst many reasons, but I'm not going to go into that today. You can check out my other videos for that. So I've talked about it on numerous times. However, I will be talking about the perception that some brothers have, and I'm somewhat included in that, because I'm going to put my hands up. Because of my lived experience, I do have some scars, and I do try to keep on top of it. But at least I'm aware of my problem, and I'm big enough to acknowledge my own issues. So, right. So, there's two parts of my scars. Part number one, the way I was brought up in the Afro-Caribbean family, is I wasn't allowed to have an opinion. Opinion with my parents is seen as back chat. So I had to really keep. They couldn't discern the difference between an opinion and back chat. So that left a bit of a scar, because with my parents, you have to tread on eggshells around them, and you know, I never really had that sort of bond with them. I didn't build up a bond with them, I'm afraid to say, right? So that's that. That's another story for another day. So I'm not going to go into that too tough. And then the second lived experience, as I've said in numerous times, I have received a warmer welcome from women outside of my race than from women of my race. I've featured this in my audio book, my experience when I went to Grenada. I was called too black and ugly. Which, again, this is fine. You can call me too black and ugly. That's not a problem. You could say, Ron, you're ugly, you won't be missed. That's fine. But at the same time, don't be calling me a sellout or a traitor if I go elsewhere where I receive a warmer welcome. You can't have it both ways. You know, you can't call me a sellout where I get treated badly by my own, and where I get treated better elsewhere. But that's my lived experience. Now, statistics and data, I'm sure, would say that I'll get a better welcome than what I have experienced. But my point is, I wouldn't say a lot, but I'm sure there's guys like me who act on our lived experience. And this, like I said, I say this so if there's any black women watching this, you be aware of your actions in terms of, yeah, if a guy approaches you and he's not your type, fair enough. But what I'm saying is, you don't have to be cruel and nasty about it. As long as he's approaching you with respect and he's polite, there's no need for you to be nasty and cruel in response. That's all I'm saying. We don't mind if you're not interested, but being cruel and nasty about it, that's where you lose out, because then you what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, you contribute to a stereotype, and each one teach one, and then as a like basic cut long story short. In my dating years, from my teenage, right? You put me in a situation. If I'm in a bar, you got a group of black women to the right or your left, group of non-black women, i.e. white women, to my left, your right. Because of my lived experience, I'm more likely going to go towards the right. But that's not statistics and data. But my lived experiences will be, I'm going to get a warmer response from over, because the women over here, I don't know them as warm, kind and friendly. But statistics and data would probably show that they are warm, kind and friendly. But that's not my lived experience in terms of a lot of situations. Not every situation, because obviously the black women I've dated has been warm and kind towards me. And the black female friends that I have are warm and friendly towards me. But in terms of my experience of dating in more often than not, I have this perception, again, a scar that subconsciously, I'm a bit hesitant to go and talk to that sister over there because of my experience that I don't really get a very good response from them. You see the problem there. So this is why when you have subjects of IR dating in the UK, this is why I said in the comment section, it's not that straightforward. It's not that straightforward that a brother purposely chooses a woman outside of his race. There's more layers. Some guys are not attracted to black women, but others is based on their lived experience. So they're motivated by their lived experience. So I say this for any black woman who's watching to acknowledge and be aware of this, so you could help fix the situation. Yeah, I hope I've made myself clear. Okay, thank you very much. I'm gotta go because as you could hear, I am at work and I'm in between work, and I got stuff to do, money to earn. So I hope that's been of help, and thank you very much, and I appreciate the very small number of you that stops by and watches my microscopic channel. Thank you very much. Okay, bye. Oh, I forgot to mention the relevance between the way I was brought up in terms of my subconscious scar that I have, is that, as I said, with my parents, in particular with my mum, well, my dad's passed away, but with my mum, me and my brothers, we have to tread on eggshells around her. She's easily offended, very easily triggered. And sadly, by the time I got to high school, I noticed the similar traits with a lot of black girls in high school. That set the ball rolling of my perception of the sisters, which I put my hands up. It's a wrong perception, because of course I'm guilty of making the innocent pay for the guilty, but that's my problem, that's my issue. It's not your problem. That's something that, you know, I had to deal with over the years, and that's any issues I have, that's my problem and my problem alone to fix. There you go. All right, thank you very much. Okay, bye. Welcome to the Tales from the Little Black Book, one man's journey on the dating scene. Make yourselves comfortable, strap yourselves in, for this journey will have twists and turns, bumps and lumps, turbulence and joyrides. For the most part, I'm just an ordinary man, but the journey I've been on is anything but ordinary.